Hey guys, it's time for me to give you my top three shows of the week. This week, a lot of shows were not on because of the holiday Thanksgiving, and so I don't have my huge list to choose from, but there was still quite a lot of good TV on this week. And my third pick goes to the originals. And a lot of that is based on the epic scene that happened between Klaus and all of Marcel's vampires. It was crazy. And there's probably like 50 vampires that tried to kill Klaus. Well, not really kill him, but tie him up and beat him to a pulp so that they could bury him. And it was intense. And of course, Klaus survived. He then took control of the quarter, and now he is pretty much has the keys to the kingdom. And, in a nutshell, Marcel says, look, you may have won this war, but you have not won any loyalty with all of these vampires because you don't know how to be loyal in return. And you're pretty much just going to have a bunch of people who fear you. And that's why they're going to be on your side. It was a pretty powerful scene that he had between Marcel and Klaus. And, it's true. Klaus just doesn't know the meaning of just being a loyal person. He's just always in for it for himself. So I thought that that was a pretty good episode this week. So that is my third pick. My second pick is Sleepy Hollow. And I'm telling you guys, this show just keeps hitting it out of the park. And I mean, I keep saying the same thing that it's a really good show. It's really well cast. Like there's lots of chemistry. There's, great storytelling, but it's all true. And even this week where you thought it would have been sort of like a filler episode, we still got hit with so much stuff. We found out that Ichabod has a son, and his son was delivered by Abby's ancestor. Like, I mean, what? Like, that's crazy. And, there's still more information to come. We got to meet Irving's family, and, we get the sense that he left this big town to come to this small town because of something that happened to his family. So, they're always revealing more information as we're getting closer and closer to this possible apocalypse. And, the show just keeps hitting it right in terms of the plot points, the overall storyline that keeps moving forwards, developing more and more of the characters. It's just a really good show right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And my number one pick for this week is Person of Interest. And they did a really good follow-up episode to the death of Carter. And, in this episode, we got some really good backstories on all four of or three of our main characters, which is Reese, Finch, and Shaw. And, Root got to be let out of her cage this week, and she was quite the badass as she was helping the team save Reese from himself, pretty much, because he was walking around like the Walking Dead after being shot in last week's episode, and he was pretty much out for vengeance, and he was there to get redemption for Carter, and it was really sad to see him, pretty much on death's door, trying to take down. Well, he didn't really try to take down Simmons, but he tried to get to Quinn so that he could tell him where Simmons was. And, we had some really great scenes between Fusco and Simmons, and then ultimately Elias showed up and took care of Simmons for Carter. So I thought that was a really great ending. And of course, we'll see where the show goes from here, because who knows what the computer's up to. And as Root was very... I had this very ominous kind of warning that something is a brewing in the horizon, and they are all pretty much need each other's help for it. So it'll be very interesting to see what is coming up on Person of Interest. And I mean, this season has been really good. Sometimes in the past, I always felt like the show was a bit slow, but I mean, even though there was so much going on, but this season has been stellar. So a great follow-up to last week's, really sad episode with the death of Carter. And I thought that they nailed it this week with showing everybody's, struggle with, the death of Carter and showing their flashbacks. So that is my list. Please, guys, let me know what you thought of my list. Also, what your top three shows were this week. I'd love to hear it, because if I'm missing out on shows, I want to see them. And the holiday season is coming up, and I'm going to do another video about what I'm thinking about watching over the holiday season and shows I think that you should maybe catch up on over the holiday season as well. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.